And that's it. We're fighting the cluster boss. Okay, so we can get an extra 100, which, because we've got no more extra fights, it makes more sense to buy an extra 100 than an extra 15 times 3. Or we dock something. We get more hit points so we don't lose things. It's not bad as well. Ground distress is useless for us now. Squadron dock recovery is also interesting. So we get squadrons late sooner. Maybe that's the split. We take a hardened hull with a squadron. Let's do that. So if we do lose, when we lose ships, because the ships are going to fight. It's Mother's battleship, sir, and this cluster's folder. Huh. I thought it would have been more manila. Incoming transmission.
Look at you in your shiny Telos battleship. So cute.
I'd say the same, except not. First Admiral of the Empire, in the name of Oberon, I demand... Oh, that's us. I was thinking it's Cobra. As First Admiral of the Empire, in the name of Oberon, I demand...
Demand? You demand nothing, Admiral. I don't know what hole you've been hiding in, but we're free now from Old Man Oberon and his metallic gods.
Why is your belly button shining? Actually, I don't want to know. We'll restore these sectors once more to their natural state, Mother, whether you surrender or not.
Whether I surrender. Ha! You are too much. Not much longer and you'll be my plaything. I can't wait to get close to you, Snoo Snoo.
The battle is imminent. Good luck, Admiral. What's call to arms? That looks like a lot of droids coming in. If we don't win, she's got 4 hull plates, right? And a lot of droids, but we have fighters. Are they coming in 5 seconds? More drones. Boomers Mark III. Holy crap. I don't know if it can heal. Okay, so we are... I mean, it's all systems fighters, right? Boomers, man. Let's get the cruisers out, or do we want to send the dronies in? Dronies versus dronies? I think it's probably cruisers. First. This is going to be brutal. Probably going to change which ones those are attacking later. Very soon. Okay, that's good. What's the weapon? It's a flak. So we definitely want to be going after weapons. There's boomers. We send boomers into boomers, maybe. We keep our wraiths patched. Who is that? Okay. Not bad. Oh, I got... Okay. We're giving it all we've got, which is a decent amount. We've taken their weapon offline again, which is nice. And they're about to lose another hull point. Okay, this is good. We get, oh, we can get cruiser out, nice. And those exploding drone boomers are great. That weapon's too long anyway, the fight will be over before that happens. Can't get anything out. Okay. Come on. Okay, here's the call to arms. What is happening here? Every 80 seconds... Oh, I could have 3 incoming reinforcement units added to the battlefield. They're down to 1 hull. We've got 3. Our wraiths are back now. That couldn't have happened any better, right? Do we even care about these? Or are we just going for it?
I always thought I'd die from my Neo-N poisoning. Not at the hands of an Imperial Admiral in a post-Imperial universe. Finish me off, Admiral. What are you waiting for?
That's why she's terrorized these sectors? Why have you waged terror in these sectors?
Do you have any idea what life was like here before the shutdown? You nobles with your omnis, you never did care how the other 99% lived. You didn't care because we were the ones who did the dirty work. The jobs in your mines and factories that you believed were too far beneath you and your precious beloved machines. I did those jobs, Admiral, for years, and so did my parents, and their parents before them. Your kind promised us a chance to be rich, a chance to own an Omni one day, a chance to rise. Lies! Nothing but lies! And all those lies were a bomb waiting to go off. That bomb went off the day the Omnis shut down. I'm sorry you did not live as you dreamed. I am. That doesn't condone what you've done in these sectors. You're right, it doesn't. What can I say? The violence. Once I started, I discovered I liked it. Why did you do it? Why shut down the Omnis of the Outer Rim? The Omnis? That's all anyone wants to talk about. Why not talk about the injustices the Empire created? The absurdity of a system that revolved around pieces of metal. Surely you remember, Admiral, that the cost of one Omni was more than a person like me, a miner, could make in a lifetime. Why don't we talk about that instead? But as much as you want to think I shut the Omnis down and know how to turn them back on again, I didn't. And I don't. I benefited when they crashed, yes, but I didn't crash them myself. How can you expect me to believe you? A thief, an enslaver, a murderer. Believe what you want, Admiral. It makes no difference to me. Then tell me, Mother, if it wasn't you, who or what did shut them down? I can't say. And to be honest, I don't care. Besides, if I knew something, why would I tell you? Because we're dying. All of us, noble or not. And if we don't turn the machines on soon, it'll be too late. Maybe humans should die, Admiral. Every single one of us. You ever think of that? But on second thought, I will offer you a clue. I never liked them anyway. Who? The Church of Singularity. Just like your kind. They too have spread lies and made many false promises. The Church of Singularity. Years ago, just after the shutdown, I tortured a missionary trapped in these sectors. He told me the church had a plan to free the Omnis. It was his opinion that they succeeded in doing so. Why did he tell you this? He was desperate. He thought telling me might save his life. It did not. Why would the Church of Singularity want to free the machines? I don't know, Admiral. That's for you to figure out. Does he know anything about us? Do you know who I am? I do not, Imperial, nor do I care. Surrender, Mother. You don't have to die. Not today. I might as well. The way I see it, today is as good a day as any other. So you've beaten me. And now these sectors are safe once more. Wait. I just remembered. The Omnis are still down, and you're still stuck in the Outer Rim because you don't have an Omni to use this folder. You're trapped here, and you and your crew will die from starvation or disease, just like everyone else.
You're wrong. Imperial ships and Omnis will arrive, Mother. Oberon will see to it.
Wait, are you telling me you think there are active Omnis in clusters beyond this one?
What? What do you mean?
Oh, Admiral. The Omnis have shut down everywhere. In all clusters.
I don't believe you. That would mean other Imperial clusters are as chaotic and violent as this one.
Believe it. If there were active Omnis, don't you think they would have fixed the fold net by now? It's been 20 years. Your empire is finished, Admiral.
I won't listen to any more of this. Lean, get her and put her in the brig.
Sorry, Admiral. But I'm not going to let that happen. I've spent most of my life controlled by Imperial forces. I refuse to die that way too.
End of transmission, sir.
Kaboom!
Congratulations, sir. Mother and her cronies are no more. They'd give me nightmares if I was capable of having any. Unfortunately, we weren't able to turn the Omnis back on, nor learn who shut them down. But the people of the Outer Rim are safer for what we've done. They'll still die in 10, 15 years, unless we do something. You heard what they said. They're running out of time. We all are. I was trying to be positive, but you're right. At least we have a new clue and new suspect to look into. The Church of Singularity. I'll ask Caliban if he believes the Church could be behind the shutdown. Do you believe what Mother said? That the Church of Singularity could have shut down the Omnis? I do, yes. The Church was a powerful organization with billions of believers. There's a very good chance they could have played a part in all of this. Call me crazy, but I believe Mother's demented story about the missionary. I also don't believe the Scrappers were capable of shutting the Omnis down themselves. They seem to have been a rather small-time outfit. Mother was intelligent, and I suspect you're right. So whatever the Church was involved, we'll need to investigate that for ourselves. If only we could use this folder to access their cluster. But as Mother said, we don't have a machine who can do that. Anything more, Your Worship? Percentage population believed in the Church. How many people in the Empire believe in this doctrine? Almost 99%, Admiral. Before the shutdown, that is. I do not know the numbers now. Who were the 1% who did not believe? The non-believers were usually, but not always, the wealthiest in the Empire. The members of 3 major houses. Though there were some fringe countercultural groups in there too. Why do you think the truly wealthy did not worship? Because they had Omnis? No one else did. Because they were the only ones... Oh, there we go. Who owned Omnis. As Mother said, the only ones who could afford to. Once you own something, even if it's vastly superior to you in every way, I'd imagine it's difficult to think of it as godly. That's fair. Who are the 3 major houses? House Telos, which Oberon started, and which is the dominant house of the Empire, and House Akibara Song, and House Kosh Buenda. They are the 3 most powerful. Below them you have a fair number of minor houses, like the pitiful House Vicarelli, or House Vicarelli. I know enough for now. Good. Now try not to forget it. Asking about the Omnis shut down everywhere? Do you think the Omnis have shut down everywhere? Not just in this cluster, but in all clusters like Mother said. I'm afraid what she said makes a lot of sense. To be honest, I had the same thought at much earlier point in our travels. I just didn't say anything because I thought it might be demoralizing for you and the crew. Now consider it, Obi. Simply put, if there were functional Omnis in other clusters, near or far, they would have fixed the fold net by now. Ask why Caliban didn't shut down himself. Then why, if all the other Omnis have seemingly shut down, didn't you shut down yourself? It's a thoughtful question, and one that I've been waiting for you or another member of the crew to ask. Basically, Gehenna.
Gehenna?
Yes, on Gehenna, Oberon isolated me from the other Omnis. We were not connected to the fold net like they were, even if that was illegal. So whenever, whoever, or whatever shut the Omnis down, seemingly using the fold net to do so, I wasn't affected. As it seems Oberon anticipated a scenario where the Omnis might shut down, he needed to be sure he had an Omni, myself and the other Calibans, who wouldn't. As time passes, I'm understanding the purpose of Gehenna more and more. It seems it is not just a secretive military cloning facility, but a kind of backup plan.
A backup plan for what?
For this, moron. To save the Empire, Admiral. That's why Gehenna and you and I were created. For this sole purpose. So if we don't save the Empire, if we don't rid its clusters of murderous criminals, if we don't turn on the machines, then no. That's right.
Who or what do you think turned off the Omnis?
I believe a human or group of humans is most likely behind the shutdown. Somehow, they accessed all Omnis, not including me via the FoldNet, which Gehenna is not connected to, and interfered with Omni programming. It was a clever move by Oberon not to connect the Calibans to the FoldNet. Otherwise, all Omnis would have shut down. There's more Calibans, why don't we go get them and they can help us? But as embarrassing as it is to admit, I don't know who accessed the Omnis, nor how at this time.
Try to recall again an emotionally linked memory. Remember!
What did I tell you about your emotionally linked memories, Admiral? You must be patient. They'll return when they're ready to return.
You don't know anything else about me? I mean about the original Idaho?
As the previous Caliban told you.
We are not... They're making the assumption that we died. And this is like a second, third, or 100th run. This is our first run. No previous Caliban existed. You're the first one.
We are not privy to the biographical information of the clones, no matter how juicy such information might be.
Wait, does that mean we're gonna get destroyed now? But it's pointless to ask these questions now.
Why?
You heard, Mother. We're trapped. We can't even use this folder. Not without a folder Omni. Even though it's right here before us.
Don't worry about that. I should have said something. I can get this folder to work. It should take us to a hub where we can find a folder to project us into the church cluster.
But you're not a folder Omni.
No, but I was saying, Oberon anticipated an apocalyptic scenario in the Empire and modified my capabilities to match this scenario. So just like I have some hypercube functionality, I can also use the folders. But because I'm not a real folder Omni, there are limits to what I can project.
Like what?
Only the matter currently in Gehenna's database, which means we'll have to start at square one on the other side of the folder with our ship and crew.
You're telling me we'll have to start from scratch each time we pass through a folder?
I'm afraid so. It prevents you from getting too powerful in the first level of the game so that you can bypass combat too simply for the rest of the run. Thus allowing us to finely tune each sector to be fair. But at least we can pass through. It's better than being stuck here. Also, now that we've pacified this cluster, we can safely and speedily return to Gehenna to change our ship and specialist officers if you'd like.
Tell me more about folder Omnis.
Folder Omnis use projection reconstruction technology. With the proper Omnis, one can project almost endless amounts of information into another cluster. In the glory days of the Empire, Behemoth Omnis were used for this purpose. Personality less if you ask me, but they were good at their job. They must have been among the first Omnis to be scrapped after the shutdown. Poor behemoth on this. Are you ready, Admiral? Come on, Caliban. The sooner we leave, the sooner we can investigate the church. The fate of the Empire depends on us. It's a thing from Deck of Ashes. New battleship unlock. Chaos class. Looks like a whole bunch of like skyscrapers lined up next to each other. This battleship will now be available at startup. Congratulations, Chapter 1 completed. And everybody clapped. I learnt that one from Dolphin. Hey, thanks for the clap, Tim Nuts. Wow. Oh, it's a capital C Dragon Gut. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, first try. I'm only playing on normal, though. I didn't put it up to hard. Wow, that was really cool. I really like it. Obviously, it took a lot longer because, well, first time playing, getting used to it, and I'm reading all the dialogue. But I think, you know, future runs will be faster. We'll still be reading a lot of the dialogue in the other chapters. I like the idea of having to start fresh each chapter. So it's like it does stay balanced. You just can't get so overpowered in the early stages of the game that you can just thwomp everything else. You know what I mean? Or you'd get your ship maxed out, and then what happens? What do you do then? You know, that's really cool. So it's, yeah.